Well, hi everybody. Ray Wood here. I hope you're doing very well. And I'd like to welcome my guest today, Chris Janzon from beautiful Adelaide, the city of love. And Chris, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ray, for having us on, mate. And whilst you're in an opposite season to us, I can see you nice and summery in the t-shirt. It's our winter here in Adelaide, South Australia. And being at the bottom of Australia, mate, it's pretty cold for us at this time of year. But excited to catch up today and collaborate and talk all things real estate, people, entrepreneurship, and all the good stuff.
Yeah, well, those of you who've never been to the amazing city of Adelaide, you've got to check it out. It is one of nature's gifts. I think it is a beautiful part of the world. Chris, I wanted to talk to you today about your role with eXp, which is what
Mm.
are you like over a year into this now? Are we coming up to 2 years? What's
No, so mate, I actually celebrated my 60th anniversary. So
okay?
initially, I came in as a transactional agent, but
Yep.
yeah, more so
In your current
country
role, I meant.
leadership. Yeah,
Yeah.
current role leadership wise, about well June 2025. So yeah, pretty
Okay.
much almost bang on a year.
Okay. And you're still running your agency as well, and that's going great. How do
Yeah.
you, and you're still catching fish. I know you're a fisherman. So how do you, and you've got a family, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, and you always got a lot of great energy. So I just wanted to get you on the show and, what's your secret? How do you bring it all together?
I think it's the vehicle, mate. You know, I've been in this game now. This is my 17th year transacting real estate. I've only ever moved my business once, actually, in that whole time. I haven't jumped around. And you know, I've been in the former, I guess, legacy model as a listing and selling agent, working my way through the ranks, and eventually, you know, buying into a business and becoming that director and listing selling principal for the last sort of 4 or 5 years of that journey.
Yep.
But coming here now to the model I'm in, one of the big things for me, Ray, like yourself, I really wanted a business that complemented my lifestyle.
Yep.
And I feel like I found the vehicle that empowers me to do that. So I think that's really important. I'm not just here to live to work. I wanted a business that was nimble, that could empower me to do the things that I love, be with my family if I'm not working, or out in the boat fishing and adventuring.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect, Chris. Um, what was it that drew you to, I mean, just real quick, EXP, for those of
Mm,
you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, I think by number of transactions, the largest real estate business or company in the world, um, and a bunch of other features as well. But I mean, there's a
mm.
there's a laundry list of things that are quite amazing about the company. What was it that first attracted you? What was your, I don't know, top three? Got to check this out. What was it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, probably the biggest thing was equity opportunity and I guess income opportunities outside of traditional transactional commission,
Right.
right? I'm 43 years young now, but you know, I didn't want to get to that expiration age where we see people in our industry just list and die and they don't actually retire. So I wanted to build something, having come from, I guess, selling out of my former business. I still wanted to build something that was legacy building, wasn't just reliant on one income pillar opportunity. So that was one of the things. I wanted to join something that was of size and scale. I could see a lot of waves happening overseas, particularly in North America and Canada, with cloud-based models, but yet hadn't really hit our shores hard here in Australia. So I wanted to tap into something that wasn't just local national, but I wanted an international opportunity of
Yeah.
expansion.
Yeah. A
Um,
global brand.
yeah, and the third thing was probably collaboration, mate. Having walked out of a former business with, you know, over 50 staff at our height, you know, two office locations, a big property management business, I didn't want to, you know, walk into another office and have those Monday morning water cooler conversations. I still wanted to just keep my foot on the accelerator, list and sell, run my business my own way, no awkward partnerships. And if I wasn't working, I wanted to be with my loved ones, but I still wanted to be connected in the industry. I love connecting with agents and collaborating and helping people build their businesses within our industry. So I wanted a model that could support me to do that.
Right. And one of the standout things for me that I think perhaps a lot of people are not aware of is this opportunity for equity. If you're a real estate salesperson and you don't want to own a business, life after real estate, you finish selling real estate and the income dies, but not so with
Mm,
EXP. Just just explain that model a little bit without, I know it can get quite involved, but just give us
Yeah.
the Coles notes on that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of opportunities. Most agents initially look at, commission splits and structures and what they get in any model, right? That's important. Obviously, being a cloud-based model, we give more back to our agents than we retain because we're very nimble in costs. Just on the nuts and bolts, you mentioned the transactions. Last year, the company did over 500,000 transactions globally, $4.2 billion in revenue. So that's a big revenue pool to tap into,
Yeah.
bigger than most models here locally. So the company has an opportunity because we're not a bricks and mortar company. We have no debt. So what the organization essentially does is 50% of the revenue it generates on an annualized basis, it redistributes it back out to us agents and members for being a part of the model. And that's through two opportunities. One is through stock and equity. We're a publicly listed and traded company on the NASDAQ. You can look up our stock code, AGNT. Obviously, it's abbreviated for agent.
Yep.
So that gives us the opportunity to acquire, earn stock through the company, whether it be through transactions, whether it be through growing a team and an organization by being an influencer, whether it's capping, becoming an icon, highly esteemed agent, which is our top 3% of agents. But essentially, it's like share trading, mate. I've got a little Morgan and Stanley account through my Okta account provided by eXp Realty. I can see my share portfolio and I can trade with that essentially. I can
Yeah.
buy, I can sell, I can invest into this global juggernaut, right? So that's one opportunity. The second one is revenue share through, if for those, myself included, that want to be around a team environment. So you want to be an influencer, you want to help agents build, scale, and own their own real estate business, go into business for themselves, but not by themselves.
Yep.
The company rewards us out of the company dollar for introducing people to the model and helping them succeed. So we
Right.
have a revenue share platform that goes 7 levels deep. That's optional though, Ray. Some agents come to us, they just want to list and sell and pick up the kids from school, and they don't want an expensive business that has, a lot of turnover, not so much take home. Cool. But then we've got other pillars to the model that you can tap into if you choose.
Right. One of the big things as well, Chris, is keeping more of what you earn. Long story short, am I
Mm.
correct in saying that? No, I'm not even going to have a crack at this. You can tell us just what is it on the first 100,000, then keep everything after that.
Yeah, so independent contractors, so those that hold a full agent license in
Yep.
Australia, I guess that you would call that, they're on a 75% split up to $100,000 in gross income earnings within the work anniversary year. Once they hit that, then they retain 100% of every commission there afterwards. So the
Right.
maximum an independent contractor pays out on an annualized basis with our model is $28,300. So that's
Right.
25% up to the 100 grand. And then the monthly subscription fee, much like Netflix to be plugged into our model, is $275 a month,
Right.
$3,300 annually. So
Yep.
that's the maximum independent contractor will pay out on our model is 28,300. So whatever number you're writing, deduct 28,300. That's the maximum you pay out. And that's why we call it the industry cap. We put a cap. You pay no more to us at the $100,000 gross income threshold, and you keep 100% of your earnings there afterwards. And it resets every work anniversary year.
I've done this. I've done this exercise with a couple of agents that I work with who are in the 750, 800 a year range, and that they are. I think their commission split is something like 60-40. They're
About the norm.
with one of the bigger brands, and the EXP model, even over 12 months, stacks up with a stunning difference as far as keeping more of
Mm.
what you make. Then, and we know in our industry, 5 years goes by very quickly. Times that by five, and we're talking a serious amount of money for somebody who's even not earning in that range. I mean, it's quite incredible the way that the model rewards the high performing agent, I guess.
Yeah, I think the big thing, and that's those splits are quite traditional. And what I always say is, our model's not for everyone too, Ray. Like if you're coming here for the commissions, that's just one layer of the scope of our organization. There's a lot of layers that you can tap into, wealth creation, income wise, team building, culture, influence wise, all of these things, collaboration. But our model is very much an entrepreneurial model. Having come from a traditional legacy model myself and being a business owner in that environment, that is suitable for a certain age, and I get that that's cool. I always say we're the entrepreneurial model. Like if you don't have that PAYG mentality where you got to be told when to start, when to finish, when to submit your leave, what hours you have to work, the water cooler conversations.
Yeah.
There's an environment in place for those people. For us, we're after self-sufficient, self-reliant, true entrepreneurial agents who want freedom, autonomy to run their businesses their way.
Yeah, it's a unique model, isn't it? And the thing we haven't mentioned is the grab bag of extras that come with it. Canva subscriptions, a whole bunch of things actually. In fact, the Australian model is very handsomely weighted for the entrepreneurial agent who's wanting all of these other things in the background. Is there a trust accounting component to that as well, Chris?
Yeah, so I always say again, coming when I moved my business, Ray, I did 73 transactions in that year prior to partnering with eXp. So obviously, I needed a certain layer and level of support moving
Yeah,
my entire business.
yeah,
And coming from a former environment where I was employing the accounts payable, receivable, and the trust account administrator, I was looking at my options. Do I go into another franchise? Do I go independent? Do I even want a shop front where I've got to employ those resources behind me, right? So one of the real advantages that was quite lucrative for me, and we know how much it costs to operate a business in Australia, particularly when you're paying people with income tax and super guarantee and leave entitlements. It adds up to your SG&A in your P&L very, very quickly before day one and you're even making any revenue. So when I slid over to this model and had a look at it, what I liked is internally they already took that away from me. So I didn't need the accounts payable or receivable person because they manage all that for me. So they pay the suppliers. I didn't have to see any invoices coming in faster than what the commission revenue was.
yep,
Cool.
yep.
Trust accounting, we all know as principals and directors, that's where we lose sleep at night. The audits, compliance, reconciliation on the daily basis. So all of that was really taken care of for me and all our partnered agents. So for me, it really provided the opportunity to just focus on what we're doing best, right? Plug and play into a solution that just enabled me to continue focusing on the priorities. Prospect, list it, market it, negotiate it, transact it.
Yeah. Um, I'll move towards finishing up, but I can't let you go without just getting your no, I won't do that because that's not fair. I just wanted to the recent budget and the ongoing attack on entrepreneurship in Australia is
Mm.
is out of control. I'm trying
Hmm.
to curb my language here, but I just find that totally disappointing. I think that the Labor
Yeah.
government has fractured the culture of Australian business and the whole Australian ethic of letting somebody have a go
Mm.
we are overtaxed to buggery. It is just insane. So I think this is yet another reason why the EXP model is coming into its own and rewarding
Mm.
those better, I guess, who do want to get in and have a go and build a career and build a business and build an enterprise for themselves with all of this support that EXP offer. So I'm a big fan of the model. And how do we get in touch with you, Chris, if people want to know more? What's the easiest way to reach out to you?
Yeah. It's interesting just on that point, Ray. I'm in the coalface myself. I'm a local investor developer and I've got projects underway right now. So that announcement, particularly when we're talking trust funds that you set up for your family for long term, it hits me directly. But,
Oh,
and serviceability has gone down for myself on a project by 15% in the last quarter because of the
mm,
the
mm,
rate rises. So, that hurts any investor developer locally. But I guess, again, the advantage of our model, fortunately, is because we're so nimble. My operative costs are very minimalistic to keep
yeah,
my doors open. So
yeah,
cash flow is a lot more nimble in that regard. So I think it's important at this time, agents review their own P&L individually. Like I
yeah.
talk to a lot of agents, we look at it as businesses. Uh, you as an agent should be looking at your own P&L at this time, particularly as we navigate these headwinds.
Oh gosh,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the easiest way to get in contact with me, mate. I've got a little website that you can jump onto called themodelexplained.net. And in there's a connect with me button that'll connect you up and hook you up with all my socials. There's some content on who we are, what we do in a bit more detail. And again, it's just coming from a place of trying to add value if you're at a journey in your real estate career and we all go through this, we have pain points, whether it's financial, relationship breaks down, cultures in the environment, all of that. That stuff just gives you some information around that if you're at that stage in your own real estate business.
Well, we work hard for our money in real estate. I'm a fourth generation agent. I like it is a 7 day a week gig. I don't care. People say they take time off, but your brain, part of your brain is always around the deal and around the offer and around client care and all of that. So, it's not maybe it's not so much what you make, but what you keep. And I think a model like this rewards that person, as I said. So, Chris, thank you so much
Yeah.
for your time today. It's been an absolute blast catching up.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate the opportunity.